All right, what's up, everybody? SquashinatorADnHD here. We're gonna be doing a Plague Doctor run. Starting off, this will be Path of the Damned. Super excited. I've been waiting to play this for 3 or 4 days now, so if you like what you see, this is gonna be a complete run. If you like what you see, make sure to smash that subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube. Hit that follow if you're here in Twitch. All right, let's get started. We are going to do the real time. This will not be turn-based. Whew. Loading screen.
Aora, a world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation watched over by the gods and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance known as Audra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Deerwood, a nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Aethys, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of hollowborn, infants born without souls, that many believed was punishment for killing a god. In an ancient, secluded ruin, you witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a watcher, one who can see and speak with souls. The ritual also gave you horrible visions, waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity. To put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual, a seemingly immortal agent of the gods, known as Theos Ix Arcanon. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected, that the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods. Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Cadnua, built atop a massive statue of pure Audra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity.
Interesting.
Made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep? Lifting the curse? Must have told it 100 times. But something got to gnawing at me. Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest. But maybe the gods weren't finished with us. My God came back. He would forgive us. Last the trouble with dreams. Sooner or later, we all have to wake up.
And so you wake to a sleepless world, the in-between of life and death. Follow your memories. You have been here before.
Okay, let's get going. That's the second time I've seen that, and honestly,
You have seen past the shroud. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
A watcher sees souls, knows their pasts, and the souls see them back.
yeah, honestly, that first part when
A dubious honor,
God damn it.
inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed.
that first part when she's talking, I cannot pay attention to that at all. She's talking way too damn slow.
What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked?
I feel like they should have done the classic Star Wars scrolling text and just
The gods
not
aren't
voice
real,
that.
but something else entirely. Something created by people.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
Let the world see. Let them decide what to do.
That doesn't sound like a good idea at all.
The wheel has turned again, Watcher. Come.
Ooh, I'm so excited. So it's gonna be a Barith Priest drug monk build. We're gonna do drugs. Hopefully we can have enough drugs to sustain us. It's probably gonna be pretty rough in the beginning. I foresee death. I foresee a lot of death.
An aged dwarf shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage. You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved, merry gourd, replete with unhealthy bumps and discolored splotches.
Eat. Fucked up.
Sit. Please.
Bitch, I might. Yeah, I'll sit.
Thank
take-
you for joining us, Watcher of Cadnua.
You're welcome.
A pale, slender neck rises from the gorget, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too many times. She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet yours.
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. You alone know best how they flowed. Arrange them to fit what you remember.
Examine the card, choose legacy. So, I think we're gonna do Dark Times as we are a Plague Doctor. And in this one, you in Pillars of it, this is the history, so considering the first game, which I haven't actually played the first game, it is definitely on my playlist after playing a bit of this. I still haven't even beat this yet though, so that would be the point of this stream. In Pillars of Eternity, you co-signed the souls of the Hollowborn to oblivion as you had pledged to Rimgard. You left a wake of physical destruction and spiritual annihilation wherever you went, seeking to bring a final end to all things. And when I was looking through last night to see what kind of story basis, kind of role-playing aspect I was gonna do for this build, I thought this one was the best bet. It just seems accurate because you're playing along with the god of entropy. I can't say that word. I'll never be able to say that word. Intro trippy, cold winter, bad luck, famine, and natural disease. That sounds about right to me. So we're gonna do the dark times here.
Does everything appear to be in order?
Yeah.
Good. Welcome to the Beyond. I am Berath. One half, anyway.
She points a finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here.
It's my
Though the
homegirl.
movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks like a rusty hinge. The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's direction.
Tell me, do you remember when we last met?
I don't remember.
She places a card on the table, showing a tall tower. The gods' constellations are arrayed around it in the sky. You remember now. The Hall of Stars in Twin Elms, where you spoke with the gods.
You came to that tower seeking our aid. You chose to pledge your services to other gods. Still, a pledge unmade stands fairer in this court than a pledge broken.
She places a card in the middle of the arrangement. A bell tower with no bell. Her fingertips slowly drag away from the card, faintly creaking as they retreat across the table.
You had need of the gods once before. Now it seems we have need of you. The being that occupied Odnua's statue beneath your castle was the dead god, Aothis. Of this we are certain. What we do not know is what his intentions are. Though Aothis stole a large fragment of your soul, you were strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between. You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Audra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced watcher to find him.
Work on following along. Am I dead?
No. But neither is your body truly alive. Your lungs draw breath, your heart pumps blood, but your flesh is as soulless as a Hollowborn. That is, until I return you.
She delicately places a card upright on the table. The art depicts souls flowing out of a pillar of Audra.
Let's get on with it.
Good. Before you return to Aora as my herald, you must remember who you were, the last whisper of life in death.
For a moment, the sockets of her eyes darken, leaving the pits of a death's head gazing out at you.
When you can picture your own face, the Beyond will lead you back to your own kind, to the world of mortals.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, my favorite part. All right, we're gonna do male, and I'm thinking pale elf because I want that little bit of dexterity going on there, and the perception's nice. And it's kind of, you could do wood elf. That dexterity affliction is like really nice, but I thought the pale elf would be more RP friendly, I suppose. So we're gonna do that. Multi-class. And Barrett. Oops. We're gonna pick up Restore because it is Path of the Damned, and it's gonna help if I can heal a little bit. We're gonna go Monk, and we're gonna do the Nal Azka. This is all drug effects last longer, generate wounds while receiving the bonus of drugs. But when you come down, it's a hard come down. And we are going to take Force of Anguish and be knocking people on their backs so we can do a little doctoring. Oh, double click. Okay. I've already set this up because I didn't want to be here all day figuring it out. Pick the Deadfire. I'm horrible with these names. Archipelago marks the eastern edge of the known world, dominantly populated by island Aumaua, who make up the tribes of the Moana. The chain of hundreds of islands spans thousands of miles. The Deadfire contains, The Deadfire contains myriad climates and biomes that are home to a bewildering array of creatures. The last century has brought ambitious colonial traders, explorers, and pirates to the Deadfire, but travel east of the archipelagos. It's like the island thing, but we get +1 dexterity. I'm already overreading that. We are gonna pick religion, get that +2, or clergy, and get that +2 to religion. And I'm gonna roll daggers in the great sense of darkest dungeon. That's kind of what I'm modeling this after. I might take this to swipe Zodi's lantern. We'll see what the lantern says. I didn't quite look it up and I don't remember, but it's not gonna hurt. And I'll pick colors, get a little green in there. We back on green. Go full. The green do no beard.
Let's go. Stand together. Let us end this.
Onward.
Silence around. Yes. I shall lead us.
Maybe.
Kill them all. Charge.
No prisoners.
They won't see me coming. What is it?
No.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Let's go.
Nice and slow.
Out of my way. Swift and silent. Who am I punching?
No.
Shall we begin? I'll report back to you.
Ooh.
Your kneecaps are so dead. You didn't see anything.
Eh.
Let's put an end to this.
Are you sure my beard won't give me away?
I don't have a beard.
This one's for Keyleth. I am your eyes and ears.
You're gonna be Mystic. Yeah, that sounds kind of
sharp eyes and
the whispers are gnarly on there. Oh yeah. Oh, his name's gonna be Scourge. All right, quick overview. Anyone wants to look this up on YouTube, get the pause going. I worked damn hard on this build. I think it's gonna work quite well.
Go forth now, Watcher, as my herald. Know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you, to open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world. Find Aethys. Learn his plans. When I have cause to talk to you, I will summon you.
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me. I trust it will not come to that.
Her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf, hovering nearby.
Took an insurance policy out of my ass.
The dwarf nods, contorts his face with his odd smile, and gestures to a new door.
Off we go. I'm ready to get some combat in. Oh, this is gonna be so rough in the start. Oh, yeah. Yep, look, not the worst hangover in my life.
The return to your body feels like waking after a fitful drunken sleep. The rocking
Straight
of the
to the
ship
pose.
sends pain jolting through your limbs. Crashing waves hammer inside your skull. Adair watches over your body with a glazed look, taking long, even tokes from his pipe. At the first movement of your chest, he starts. His gasp, mid-puff, sends him coughing and straining for breath.
No, there's no way. You're awake. What are you doing awake?
You wake up, man.
How are you feeling? That might have been me. I've been slapping you a little harder each day, trying to wake you.
Thanks, Adair.
I never dreamed it'd work.
Adair stares with disbelief at what would likely be his slapping hand, examining both sides. He shrugs.
Well, you owe me.
I hate to cast a pall over your recovery, but I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
The voice echoes from inside the bust. The remains of the steward of Cad Nua.
Cad Nua has been destroyed. Aethys possessed the statue of Maros Nua and rose from the ground, consuming the souls of all nearby. It is only by the exceptional strength of your soul that you survived. And even then, just barely. The further Aethys withdrew, the weaker you became. We chartered this ship and followed him to the Deadfire archipelago. I know not how, but it seems he has retained a piece of your soul, and proximity to it has brought you back.
How could you know all that? You've been faking on us.
He pokes at your shoulder with one finger.
Misfortune's brewing topside. Magrants fires the captain stirs.
An older man with ale-sour breath rubs his bloodshot eyes and stares at you.
Engrim, the smell of drink on your breath could wake the very dead. Now what's this about?
Pirates. They're demanding parley with you, Captain.
I know this is asking a lot, but you better arm yourself and get on deck. Should be some gear in there.
He indicates.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, now make some...
Why not to start? A little extra. And I start with some drugs. And what is this? Concentration 10 will plus 1.6 health restored per 3 seconds. 300 seconds. 3-minute buff. That's pretty good. Drugs have a cast time? Okay,
The pirates of
fucking
Deadfire are notorious.
Load the smoking lamp.
I said...
Well, what have we here?
A little sloop? Lost and alone in the storm? I'll be taking your ship now, if you don't mind. And especially if you do.
Well, at least he asked.
Hell, you are, guy.
I am a gentleman of fortune. Give her up easy, and I'll see you get a swift death. It'll be bloody and agonizing, sure.
I'm gonna mount your skull in my cabin.
You know, I always thought that room was missing something.
Yeah. I'm not gonna read all the flavor text. I'm sorry, but folks,
I won't be
there's a
wrong by
lot
the
of it.
likes of you. Listen up, mates. I'm off to spear me a bigger fish. One with sharper teeth like. I'm play with the crew if you'd like, but don't bring me any prisoners.
You had bandwidth!
There we go. Probably gonna want these. That here. Drugs. Nope. Can you not hockey drug? Well, hell. That's a bummer.
Defend the ship!
Why is fastball on? That wasn't so bad, although it was the first fight.
Storm's picking up! Take cover!
You've defeated the pirates, but you're not out of trouble yet. The storm picks up, lashing your ship and driving you dangerously close to a rocky shore. The Defiant's crew hurries to reduce sail and batten down the hatches. They work quickly, but the ship's still listing heavy. Just then, a loose crate tumbles toward you, gathers speed. The rain-slicked deck, it misses you, but knocks Chitupek, one of your deckhands, off his feet. The Defiant heaves. Chitupek pitches over the side. He grabs onto the rail, but his fingers are slipping and cries out for help. Meanwhile, the runaway crate totters on the edge of the deck, ready to plunge overboard. You recognize the symbol on the front and realize it likely contains salvage from Cadnua, your keep. Hey, the crate. You realize the crate you seize the crate just as it's about to tip into the rolling sea. It's heavy, but you manage to heave it back from the edge. The thumps on deck, you hear a fading scream and a splash. Chitupek's gone, and there's no sign of him in the churning waves below. Meanwhile, the storm has nearly driven you ashore. A flash of lightning reveals treacherous coastline, and Edith is striding into the distance. The lookout barely has time to shout a warning before the Defiant runs aground. The impact hurls you from the deck into a froth of waves, bodies, and splintering debris. You struggle toward the beach just ahead. Even as the surf tugs you towards the open sea, you kick and paddle with